From all of this, Congress in 2015 and the presidential race in 2016. We're joined from Washington by our political director, John Dickerson, tonight. John, what Ted Cruz did last night, what does this mean for the incoming Congress next year?
Well, for Republican leaders in the Senate, it may mean more headaches. They were furious with Ted Cruz. They thought what he did was basically make a big noise for himself at their expense. And what they worry, Republican leaders do in the Senate, is that he sees his pathway to the presidency by basically running against Republican leaders in the Senate, and that just means everything they do will have this kind of a fight associated with it.
All right, and speaking of that path to the presidency in 2016, John, Jeb Bush is set to give a commencement address tomorrow. He said this weekend he's going to release 250,000 emails plus from his time as governor of Florida. Is he leaning toward a run?
Well, those who've talked to him feel like he's leaning towards a run, and he's been weighing a run for several months now. He's been thinking about two things. One, whether he can run a positive, solutions-oriented campaign in a process that gets pretty ugly. And he's been thinking about his family and whether he wants to drag his family through this. He's got three issues on education, on immigration, and even on taxes that cause some friction with the base of the Republican Party, so it wouldn't be a cakewalk for him.
John, while all Democrats just wait on one big name, on the Republican side, this is shaping up to be quite a field.
If you look at the people who are at least thinking about making a bid for the presidency, it is probably the most robust field in Republican history. You've got, in addition to Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Scott Walker in Wisconsin, and then Rick Perry from Texas, and then a number of senators. Rick Santorum, who ran last time, is probably going to run again. Marco Rubio from Florida, Rand Paul will also run, and then, of course, as we talked about it, Ted Cruz probably. So a really strong field now. We just have to see who really decides to throw their hat in.
As discussion continues to pick up about whether or not Mitt Romney will run again.
That's right. He said publicly he won't, but in private he seems a little bit more open to it, telling one person I talked to that if Jeb Bush decides not to run, Romney might think about it. So like the rest of us, he's waiting to see what decisions are made.
John Dickerson from Washington, thank you very much.